each and every screen to all of your airways. Welcome back to the place that provides intimate and intentional conversations, surely to make you feel like royalty. I am your host, Amaya Kai of Princess Coded the Podcast, and I am officially saying, welcome back to the palace. Y'all, I can't believe it. It has been a long time coming since I've been trying to record this Q&A. I have been sounding very terrible. I had a really bad day today, but at the end of the day, we're here, we're in the studio. I'm able to escape reality and be here with you guys. And for all of my new people, welcome. I am truly excited that each and every one of you are here. You could have chose anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and that is something I really appreciate. So thank you for the support. And also, guys, I have so much to talk to you guys about in these next coming episodes. And also, we are actually live on camera. I'm excited. And as you all can tell by the ambiance, we are in my room here at Fort Valley State University, and it's late night. So we are switching to a late night vibe because I know a lot of us can be doing a lot of things at night, such as our homework, trying to get ready for bed, or just you need a nice little recap of the day or just someone to listen to. I'm your girl, and today's episode is a little bit of a fun way to not only get to know me as your host, but get to know my audience, and that is a good old Q&A. I am really excited because you guys actually had some really amazing questions. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so these questions are going to be answered at no particular order. So for those who like to listen to these Q&As, but in podcast form, I want to make sure that everybody who is listening is able to have a fun time, and also, most importantly, kind of picture me answering these questions in front of you. And the first question comes from my friend at Fort Valley State at the name of Love Sanaya. And each and every question will be at the bottom. Each and every Instagram handle will be in here, so you guys can not only support, but follow all of my friends. And this question is, how do you balance your personal life and your relationship with God on a daily basis? So for all who do not know, I am a baby Christian. I rededicated my life back to Christ as of September in 2023. I am very grateful that I made the decision. I am still, having a little bit of trouble, but when it comes to balancing my personal life and my relationship with God, I'm learning how not to put God on a schedule. You know what I mean? I've been seeing myself sometimes in the morning where I wake up. I like to put on Psalm 23, which is like a little chapter that I have on in the mornings to help me get through my day. And normally I did have like alarm clocks, so at different times I'm able to read the Bible. But also, I had to learn that God is not on a time constraint. We should be able to put him into use in every single day. And when I say use, I mean just in the use of him as a best friend or as a father. And I'm also learning that as well. So with my life, I'm learning how to, share my day with God and the Holy Spirit, because I know that they really want to be in fellowship with me. And I really love the initiatives that I've been taking, such as doing worship music throughout my room every day, listening to gospel music most of the day if I can, listening to the Bible more, praying more, especially over people, because one thing about me is, y'all, I love to pray. So, yeah. All right, the next question comes from my friend Miracle, and her Instagram is that girl Mimi, and her question is, how has going to college mentally impacted you every day as well as your family? For me, my family and I, we are very close. I love talking to my mom and my dad, especially my little sister Autumn. And ever since we kind of, left, it's been really hard, because I don't get to see them every day. Sometimes I can get really sad and be like, dang, I want to get back home to Chicago so bad. And I do have those thoughts, even I do now, because it's like, I want to see my family. It's not like, I can go home every weekend and be like, hi, Mom, hi, Dad, I'm home. You know what I mean? So it's really been a really big adjustment for me, but I'm still learning. It's been really cool having my own space because I had to share a room my whole life, but it's been a journey, and I'm really glad that, it's shaping up to where it's supposed to be. All right, next question comes from my friend Brielle, and she asks, how are you adjusting to college life being so far away from home? So this can be on the same line as the other question that was previously stated, but I am handling it better now. At first, it was very hard because I did cry when I had to leave my parents, and this is during freshman orientation week. It was really hard because my parents literally came back that same night or that same day just to go see me, and it was hard, but I knew that I have a bigger mission at hand, which is to get my degree, graduate summa cum laude, and most importantly, graduate debt free. I'm putting this in the atmosphere. So I definitely have so many big plans. I know that Fort Valley State, although I have gone through a lot last semester, I'm going to make a really big name for myself, and I'm really excited to see, what God has for me. So I am handling it the best way that I can. Next question actually comes from many different people, but this question asks, what made you choose Fort Valley State University? So this is actually a really funny story, and I am not afraid to tell it. This was around my birthday. I was really having a lot of trouble choosing where I was going to go for school because I had a lot of different options, but my biggest one was Alcorn State in Lorman, Mississippi. It was like my dream school, and a lot of things that I was planning to do kind of got deferred, but I now see it as a blessing because ultimately it was not for me. I remember that there was a college fair from my hometown, which I'm in Chicago, and my mom said we should just go and see what colleges are there. Crazy thing is, I saw the name Fort Valley State University, and my mom was like, let's go hear what they have to say. And Mr. Thomas, who was the admissions director, he talked to me, and he was like, how are your grades? Like, just asking the questions what a normal admissions director would ask. And I answered promptly, and I received a Searchlight Scholarship on the spot and an acceptance, which was really cool, and it was really a lot of money. So later on, I was choosing between Talladega College and FVSU, and y'all, this story is really funny. It was the day after my birthday, I want to say, and my mom and we were talking about it, and she's like, where do you want to go? So we were just weighing out our options, and y'all, my mom's favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors. Mind you, they were playing that day. And she's like, I think I would look really good in blue and gold. The Golden State Warriors are in blue and gold. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just choose Fort Valley State. But also, they did give me the most in scholarship money. So that is why I ended up choosing the Fort Valley State University. This next question comes from cashdoll.kaya, and she asked, why did you choose your major? So for those who do not know, my major is biology with a concentration in health sciences. The reason why I chose this is because growing up, I've always wanted to be in the medical field because I've always had a big passion for helping others, and most importantly, providing to the community a big sense of not only just love and care, but resources and a level of access that not many are, blessed to receive or gain. And also, I love to think in the position of, what if that was me, So with that, I've always had a change in what I wanted to do in the medical field. I know I wanted to be a vet, but I wasn't trying to scoop up any poop or waste of any kind. I wanted to do pediatric neuropsychology, but I have to use math. I do not like math whatsoever, but you live and you learn. Another thing that I did was I love physical therapy. Over quarantine, I started learning how to exercise and take care of my body. And honestly, it was really just an amazing journey, and also the revelation that I needed because I was so lost in what I wanted to do. And with that, I ended up thinking I wanted to do physical therapy, but I ended up going to a occupational therapy workshop with my best friend. Shout out to Taylor, who is a part of this foundation called I Am Able. And they were doing just like a little medical workshop. and we were making splints, and I actually ended up having to make a splint for my fingers. And that's what made me more interested, because what better way to be in a profession that, your patients can relate to you and you can make them comfortable. All right. This question comes from my friend AC, and he asks, unpopular opinions about FVSU. All right. I'm going to do 2 because, I don't want to do too much. I just got here and I can't get canceled already. So one thing that I definitely would say is that Fort Valley State is one of those schools that really push you. With this semester, I have a lot of teachers who will not only just push you to do greater, but go beyond what you expect in yourself. When I first got here, I never would have expected to get freshman class secretary. I always thought that was a big dream of mine. And also, there will be people who are going to speak your name in rooms. You just have to be able to, wait on God and pray over it. And the fact that, shout out to Dwayne, by the way. He was the one who reached out to me and said, hey, I like, how we've been getting close. And most importantly, how you seem like a leader. Would you like to work with me? With those type of relationships, it also helps you be able to do the same back. Not only just for others who did it for you, but others who you see. Because you never know. God, I feel like God was using him in that moment. And I am very forever indebted and grateful because, listen, I don't know where I'd be without that revelation, knowing that I am a leader and I'm doing it well. All right, this next question is from Ed's Cam, and he asked, what's one thing that happened to you or for you that completely changed the way you live life? Wow. Whoa. Okay. Somebody cue the Beyonce clip. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. That's a great question. I wasn't expecting that. It was so many, but one thing definitely was when I got to think hard. Honestly, it was recently. It was very recent for me. A friend of mine by the name of Dorecia, I was invited to do, in a YouTube video with her, and it went really, really well. But also, I essentially helped her activate her spiritual, not only just her spiritual gift, but mine as well, because I've been feeling so down, unconfident in myself for the past couple of months. And I went through a downward spiral, and I ultimately lost myself. So when I said, let me pray over you, it was really just a surreal moment for me, because I have not prayed over a person in years. And I've always heard, you have amazing prayers. Why don't you pray for people? And the fact that, Dorecia, she really started speaking life over me. She started praying over me. She started showing me things that I didn't even know existed for me, and started telling me I need to start aligning myself in my purpose again. That was something I really needed, and I'm very, very grateful for her. I'm very, very grateful for the things that she is going to do and what she will do. I'm also grateful for the people that are in my life right now, because that was another thing that happened that changed the way I live. Because at first I started saying things that are not of God, and I started seeing my life become that. So I realized that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who loves this fruit shall eat from its tree. And I realized that with everything comes a price. So we have to be able to start speaking up for ourselves in the way that God intends us to speak. And I started living that way, and it's becoming very better. Although there can be times where I get impatient, I'm very grateful for the direction I am going, and I can't wait to see what's next. All right, this is another question relating to Fort Valley State, and this is from my actual podcast page. And my friend Ivan asks, how's Fort Valley State? So for me, last semester was life-changing. I saw myself go through the biggest trials that I ever thought I could never go through. Because honestly, guys, I kind of pictured my college experience to be along the lines of shows like A Different World and not really High School Musical, but a lot of those movies that depict around the experience of college. It's going to be a party every day. You're going to graduate. But at the same time, I realized that not every college experience that you think about is for you. And I really went through a season of isolation, which now made me want to talk to anybody. Unfortunately, a lot of things have happened, and I will not speak about it because it is long gone. I will let go and let God have his way. I shall not dwell on it because it is not great for my health. But I have realized that not only am I a leader, I am bound for greater. I'm destined for higher. And most importantly, y'all, I deserve to live the life that God has planned for me. And in that life, I hope to experience all that he has for me 100-fold and sow a major seed with a mustard seed of faith and water it every day and also spend time with God. I will definitely see it come to pass, and I'm truly, 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 truly excited to see what, happens for me this semester. I'm claiming and receiving that this semester is going to be amazing, not only just for my schoolwork, but just for me personally in all aspects of life. And most importantly for this podcast, y'all. I definitely believe that, and I'm going to tell y'all this, we going to say some things live in front of people in a studio audience, and somebody going to catch it viral. Somebody going to give us a 6-figure deal. I'm the youngest one out. And with me being an HBCU student having a podcast this big, and I cannot wait to see what's next. For me, although I've been saying that a lot, I mean it wholeheartedly because the fact that I'm excited over the things that me and God collaborated on is really just a big blessing. I've never seen myself in this room before, and knowing that a lot of people spoke a word over me saying that you would be good right here. Why don't you try it? I'm blessed. All right, these next couple of questions come from my friend Shari B, who is also a rapper. So her handle will be in the video. And most importantly, don't forget to go listen to her music on all streaming platforms. She's amazing. But the first question is, who is your target audience, or who is your podcast really for? I had to sit with this because I actually did have a moment with my marketing manager about this. The biggest answer I can give you at the time is that my podcast is essentially for anybody who is willing to have their minds open, because that's really what I want to do, but also provide an escape for people who not only do not have the access to listen to, African American college student and see the opinions of somebody else who is forever growing and forever a student. I wanted it to be for everybody, but I realized that at first my target audience was very unclear. And that's okay. You're not going to get it perfect, but I do realize that in everything, there will be things that you have to fix along the way so you can deserve better. I'm sorry. My words got tongue-tied, and I thought I was about to say a tongue twister. But I definitely do believe that my podcast is for everybody. But I do have to start aligning things when it comes to the male perspective, because I am only a female and I don't know what a male is thinking. So for all of my males, if you guys can provide me topics, guests, anything that you think can elevate you all, let me know. And I am committed to adding that to this podcast. Next question is, what movies would you recommend to your audience? I got a couple. So I think I have an Instagram post about this. I actually do. I do have a lot of favorites because I love to be multifaceted when it comes to my favorite things in life. The first movie is Anastasia. Anastasia is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is a movie that I really do enjoy. I could watch it over and over and over again. Of course, Princess and the Frog. I grew up on that. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I have a picture of it in my phone. It was actually, you know what? Let me tell you a story. Crazy thing is, I went to the Tiffany store. It's my little sister's birthday. And it was this picture of Audrey Hepburn actually in the costume. And she actually wrote a letter to Tiffany. And it was in the store. I thought, and as y'all see in the visual, I'm actually trying to scroll and find it. Y'all, I'm going to get it. I'm going to find it, y'all. Hold on. There you go. Okay. And this is actually what it looks like. If I can zoom in. This is actually my screen saver. This white and black. I'm very obsessed with white and black pictures from the ages that we did not live in. And cool thing is, her hand penmanship is so beautiful. And the fact that I got to see it in person was really priceless. Also, I love The Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway. Dead Poet Society with Robin Williams. One of my also favorite movies. My 7th grade teacher actually showed it to us in class, and it was a really great movie. Hercules, another favorite movie of mine from the Disney collection. Little Shop of Horrors is a musical horror / sci-fi what if type thing. And Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. I'm putting y'all onto some heat. So I definitely say, look at these movies, enjoy it, and also give me some suggestions, because I'm forever looking at my TV like, what I'ma watch. Alrighty. Next question is asking, hold on, y'all, wait. There we go. What new trend today is overrated? I had to put my phone down for this one. I have so much, but I have my top three. My first one is definitely when people say that they are a girl's girl. Free us from the pandemic that is girls. Because for those who do not know what this is, a girl's girl is a person who says that they're for women and they support women, yet at the same time they really don't. To me, that's very outlandish, because if you're saying you're a girl's girl, why do you only hang around a certain set of people? That to me is very weird. Another thing is the idea of how social media is taking over a lot of our interactions. I love to talk to people in person, and I love to get to see, who people are behind the screen. And it's very interesting now because I am in college, and at first we all had interactions with each other online. And of course, with me not being in Georgia, I had to work 10 times harder to figure out who everybody was. So when I got in person, it felt a little, not really weird, but I had to learn some adjusting skills to make sure that I'm communicating correctly, because a lot of things that happen in Chicago don't happen in Georgia. So I had to make sure that I'm speaking in a way that I only know how, but also most importantly, I'm making everybody comfortable around me. So social media is not real. I just think it was here for fun. But one more thing I definitely say is how somebody loves to say that, and I'm put my phone down again. I don't know why my hand's shaking. I definitely would like to say that, oh, well, people think everybody likes to check in on everybody, but they do it in only one form. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people, when they come and check on me, a lot of things are going bad in my life. And that I do not appreciate, because if you're only seeing me in my bad moments, but you can't celebrate me in my good, then what are you doing? Everybody has their own life. That I understand, that I will take with me, because we never know what somebody is going through. But also, let's just start exercising the act of not being selfish. Let's start realizing that you saw me through my bad and my good and my ugly. Why are you only here for my worst? But I do realize that everybody is here for a reason in a season. Whatever it is, it will be revealed later. But I had to start realizing that, and those are my top 3 overrated trends. Even though the third one is not a trend, that's just something that I've seen in real life. This one is, what new artists are overrated? For me, I don't really listen to a lot of artists, really. I listen to the same people. So I don't really think any new artist is overrated at all. I know that everybody is, in the industry trying to make a career for themselves, and that's okay. I'm just here to tell you, not everything is for everybody. I'm just here to be honest. But it's okay, though. People do it for fun. Even if you blow up or not, at least you're doing something, And which leads into the next question. What's your taste in music, or who do you listen to? This was also asked by my friend Josh. And like I said previously with the movie question, I am very multifaceted when it comes to music and movies, because I don't want you guys to think I'm a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? I love to be a DJ sometimes in my room, when I'm bored of doing homework. And I start off with one song. But then I have one song in my head. I'm like, hold on. Let me see if it starts blending with each other. And I just start doing that. It's really fun to just, depict yourself in certain situations and just enjoy life. One, I love gospel. Gospel is the foundation for me. I grew up on gospel. Tamla Mann, Marvin Sapp, Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Hezekiah Walker, Love Fellowship Choir, all of those things I started learning at a young age. And there's a verse in the Bible that says, teach a child his ways, and it will not depart from it. I love gospel. I love God, as I said previously, and I still do. I love R&B. My parents, of course, played that car music every day, and they had it on blast, especially my dad. Shout out to him, because I actually listened to a lot of different types of music because of him. Neo Soul, Erykah Badu, Music Soul Child, Destin Conrad, who is one of my new favorite artists. I love him so much. Cleo Soul. I love music that just ultimately gives me a reason to vibe and a reason to celebrate, because there's always a reason to celebrate in life. And with those type of music, I just like to, sway, kind of move my hips. The hips I don't have. Y'all, why am I doing this on camera? But yes, I just love to vibe. I love to relax and remove myself from things that are not of God. And most importantly, that are not of my peace, because my peace is very important. Next question is, do you have a morning or night routine? If so, what is it? I don't really think I have a day or night routine, really. I just love to follow the day as it comes. Sometimes I'll be praying to God. I'll be like, God, can you lead my day today? I've actually done it before, and it's actually been really fun. It was one day where I actually did something I've never done before. And when he does lead me, I see myself becoming not only just a productive person, but somebody who can enjoy herself in different situations and places overall. So that's really one of my big suggestions. But I would definitely love to start sticking to a morning and night routine so I can go to bed early, wake up, get to class. Although I go to class on time. Let's get that straight. I get to class on time, guys. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I got a 10 o'clock. But then I'll get it done. I play on my gospel music or my worship music in the background, brushing my teeth, washing my face, eating breakfast, and whatever. That's really something that I have to start sticking to. So thank you for the suggestion. All right. And the last question from her is, in-store shopping or online shopping? I love to shop. I do. I don't think anybody knows this about me, but I do like to go outside. And if I do go outside, first place I want to go to is the mall. Even if the only thing I get is something from Auntie Anne's or Cinnabon. I'm a Cinnabon girl. I love cinnamon rolls, and I really like to do both. But the thing is, though, with online shopping, you get really bored quickly. So when it comes to the in-stores, I just like looking at things in real life and just trying to picture myself better because there's mirrors. And online does not have, well, that's the story. A lot of online websites have those little picture yourself things, but not everyone does. So I love in-store shopping way more than online, but I like both. All right. This question comes from my friend Alea. And hold on, y'all. Wait. Why can't I find it? I'm going to find it, y'all. Scratch that. Okay. This next question comes from my friend Peyton. And she asked me, how am I doing honestly? Well, to be straight up with you, I am in a space where I am healing, and I'm at peace with that. I've experienced a lot of trials and tribulations over these past couple of months, especially in the new year, which made me want to quit, which made me want to leave school. But at the same time, I realized that my path is higher or taking me longer because my calling is higher, and I've heard that. Another thing is, in the place where I'm in now, I've realized that the anointing on me is very costly, and the price that it is expensive, and with those expensive things like us, it takes time. So with that time that I've been taking to take to myself or nurture my relationships, my physical health, and things of that nature, I'm still learning. I'm still figuring out who I am as a person. I'm still figuring out what it means to be Amaya as a college student, as a daughter, as a friend, as a sister, as a lover. It's so much that is to me that has yet to be revealed. And I will find out slowly but surely. I just have to find my willingness to be patient and tell myself, you deserve it. I'm learning how to encourage myself more, because I will say that I am my own worst enemy. And I do find myself speaking things that are not of God. And then I start backtracking and be like, no, I'm this. And it can be hard, but at the same time, I'm choosing to do the right thing when it comes to God. I'm choosing the right thing when it comes to myself, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially as well. And it's okay if I struggle. It's okay if I fall. But what is not okay is to give up. And I will not give up, because God brought me this far. And I'm going to make it, y'all. And I am a product of 2 loving parents that has raised me well and has taught me to be a person of influence, because with great influence comes greater responsibility. And my responsibility is to be vulnerable, not too vulnerable, but also be able to raise up people and realize that you, and we are so destined for greater. And we deserve it, because God is calling us to higher, so we have to start getting in that motion. And whatever that higher is, I accept it and I believe and receive it in the name of Jesus. And I have to start leaning in God's direction more. This episode was very, very fun. I enjoyed reading all of your questions and answering it to everybody else's questions. I am very sorry if I was not able to answer them, but no worries. We will be doing a part 2 questionnaire later on in the podcast. And I am very excited for you all to see me more coming out of my shell and developing this platform to a higher standard, because we are meant for it, and there's going to be so much. I see it. And I would like to say, for anybody who is a prayer warrior or in my circle, whether familiar to me or not, I just ask that you all pray for me, because I want to be able to keep my authenticity as I'm going higher, keep the heart as I am going to grow, not only as a person, but as a podcast host. And there will be so much that will come as the time progresses, and I know that it's going to be major, and I can't explain it, but I know it, because it's a big tug on my heart that's saying, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because God has something big on his hands. And that's why I feel like I'm going through what I'm going through right now, feeling like I'm not good enough, feeling that I got to work harder, 10 times harder to get into these doors and start aligning myself with the correct people, because I feel like those people are about to speak my name in rooms that I don't even know about yet. And those doors are about to open for me like never before, and I'm about to open some doors for people. Don't know in what particular order, but I'm going to just have fun. I'm going to just sit back, relax, and let God do the work. Because if I put my all into it, then it's going to ruin the factor surprise, and I don't want that. So, of course, thank you to all of you all who have watched this episode, who have participated. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Even if you feel like you don't deserve to be on this earth, you are meant for greater. You are loved. You ain't got to fight. You don't have to fight for your spot, because you earned it. Yes, there's going to be some bumps in the road. Yes, there's going to be places that you might not be able to reach. But guess what? Places that you are not going to be able to reach was not for you, and that's okay, because there's some bigger things. And that goes for me. Also, before we close, I would like to say 2 announcements. 1, I am officially accepting guests. And I will say, keep it cordial, keep it cute, but please have fun, because I am letting my guests lead the conversation, and most importantly, letting others share their light, because I'm now in the blessing business. I'm in the business where I'm going to let others speak and I listen, because I do better that way. And also, there is something very exciting coming soon to the production company. I'm working on it, and hopefully we're going to have some new content for you all, hopefully in person as well. I ain't going to say fingers crossed. Hands close together in prayer. But thank you all. If anybody is struggling mentally, spiritually, emotionally, please call 988, which is the mental health hotline. Know that you deserve to be here. And I love you. And I am so proud of you, if you have not heard it. And God loves you. And also, if you have not given your life to Jesus, please do, because he cares and he wants to listen to you. I'm not throwing, my relationship with God on anybody, but that's just something that I have to put out there, of course, because I'm only a vessel, y'all. I'm a vessel for God, but there's some things that I have to start putting out there, because like I said, with great influence comes greater responsibility, and it would be blood on my hands if I didn't share the gospel. So that's one of my biggest goals now. If you guys did enjoy this conversation, please don't forget to subscribe and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, which is the original home, Amazon Music, Audible, most importantly, iHeartRadio. And for all visual aspects, from now on, we will be home on YouTube. And also, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at princesscoded_podcast and my socials at the.amayakai. I love you all. Thank you for coming to the palace. I am your host, Amaya Kai. Thank you all for choosing Princess Coded the podcast. I love you.